99X, those are the Squirrel Nut Zippers. Man, I miss hearing that song. Song is called Hell, by the way. That album, triple platinum, I think?
Started the whole scene, I believe.
What a huge, that mid to late 90s swing era was, partly our fault.
Yeah.
I say that in a good way.
We loved playing Squirrel Nut Zippers and then that whole scene. And of course, I know the band's back and they're on tour and, we got a little show to talk about.
I'd like to introduce you to the lead singer,
yes.
Jimbo Mathus. Welcome to the Morning X, sir. How are you?
Hey, it's the head squirrel.
The head squirrel.
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Looking forward to your show tomorrow. It's From the Earth Brewing Company on their back porch. That'll be 8 p.m. Gates open at 7 tomorrow. And the Squirrel Nut Zippers are back.
Yeah, we started the band back about 8 years ago. And it's been really great, man. The people are enjoying it so much.
Was it surprising to you that the fans were still there, but then like a whole new generation of fans started popping into the shows?
I was surprised in a way, and another way I wasn't, because the music was always about, bringing different generations together and just having a ball. So it's just fun seeing the kids that were kids then now bring their kids, and the circle of life continues.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we kind of helped make you a household name. I mean, 99X was so on to Squirrel Nut Zippers. Is that true?
Yeah, that is 100% true. And you were instrumental in busting the band out of just a regional thing. We were doing, well in the Southeast, based out of North Carolina. Of course, Atlanta was one of the main towns we played, and one of the first towns to really get behind us and just kind of go bananas over the squirrels, and so yeah, you're 100% right.
That's awesome.
We're talking to Jimbo Mathus, lead singer of Squirrel Nut Zippers. Are we just saying the squirrels now? It's just the squirrels?
No, it's the Squirrel Nut Zippers. It's the full name, yeah.
I love it. So who actually made the call when you guys got back together again? Because there were a couple of times that you did get back together. Like, who made the first call?
That would be me. I'm sort of in charge of the legacy, the name, the whole concept was something I created with a few other people. And so it was me that really was the impetus to get it back to going. I thought, I wonder what we would sound like now after this long break. And I wonder if it would still be as wild and fun as it used to be, and people would enjoy it just as much. And I just really wanted to know, out of my own curiosity. And lo and behold, people really have been having a ball at our shows. So.
Well, I know you've come in and out of zipperdom. I mean, you've taken a couple 6-year breaks. What are you doing in between these 6-year naps? You're like a bear. What's happening in that time?
Well, I'm a separate artist in my own right, so I've done things like record producing. I won the Grammy with Buddy Guy and the blues, and I have my own music I do constantly.
Okay.
It's a lifelong process for me. So, and if your listeners are curious, they can look up Jimbo Mathus and see all the albums I've made, all the songs I've made, all the artists I've produced, and then of course, past couple of 6 years, released 2 more Squirrel Nut Zippers records, which are quite great. And so, yeah, I'm a lifelong musician, and it's just more of a calling than a passing fancy.
Oh yeah, you never stopped working. I saw you were on tour with Buddy Guy. How did that relationship start?
Just through the blues. I'm a Mississippi native. That's where I'm from, and I have a lot of background in that. A lot of collaborations and stuff with the blues in my home state. And so, yeah, I've just been quite active in the blues field. And some people don't even know that I do things like the Squirrel Nut Zippers. They associate me with other forms of music. But the Squirrel Nut Zippers is my creation, and I'm really proud to have a band back on the road that's just barnstorming around, just doing our old high-flying acts, man. I love it. And I didn't know if the excitement, the lightning in a bottle magic would still happen with different cast of characters. Some people have retired. Some people no longer pursue music. And that's just over 30-year history. A lot of things can happen.
So cool.
So I've had, I've even had the new incarnation, probably longer than most people have had bands, period. But if you look at my whole thing, I first started writing for the band in about 1990. Our first record came out about 91.
when you talk about the lightning in a bottle and you work backwards from, you wouldn't expect that Swing would sell over 3 million records, right? So walk back to when you made the decision to go that route. I mean, a bluesman, self-described. What made you think, I'm going to do this swing thing?
Well, being in the blues, I'm also interested in the history of American music. So, I'm always been intrigued about where does the music come from? This form, that genre, that genre. What does it all mean? Where does it all end up? And so I started tracing it back, and of course from the blues, that's old, but there's older music. There's the vaudeville in America and things like Stephen Foster and popular music in America. So, it was just and then my own curiosity. I thought it was just charming. I thought wow, nobody writes in this style anymore. And me being a composer, writer, naturally I just fell into writing my own compositions. And then being a band leader, started looking for people crazy enough to come along with me.
So great.
And that's what I do. That's what I do to this day.
You are definitely part of musical history, Jimbo Mathus from Squirrel Nut Zippers. One more question I wanted to ask you, because I don't think I ever knew the origin of the name Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Sure. Well, I was when I first moved to Carolina, I was looking for some sort of musical direction, musical path that I could take. I was operating a backhoe at a construction site, and where we would park the equipment, there was a little country store there, and the little country store sold the typical things, and they had these candies on the bottom shelf that were all covered in dust that no one had bought in decades, and they were called Squirrel Nut Zippers. And that name, when I started thinking about a name, that name leapt forward to me. Contacted them,
Wow.
Reached out to them, found out they were based in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They were been around about 100 years. They were on their last legs kind of as a company. Reached out to the owner, Mr. Garish, who was in his 80s at the time. And we just developed a relationship then. And I said, hey, I've got this band. I'm going to send you a cassette. This is what we sound like. Can we use the name? Of course, wrote a letter and sent it in the mail. This is a long time ago. And he wrote back.
Wow.
And said, we love the band. You're welcome to the name. Here's my permission.
No
and
way.
That developed it.
Do they still make that candy? Because I remember eating it. It was good.
When Mr. Garish passed away, it was sold to, of course, a bigger entity, and it's kind of lost its... they still make them, but the charm, the old world charm, just fit fit perfectly with us. And there's photographs you can see of us visiting the factory up there, and it just looks like something out of the past.
That's so cool.
It is something out of the past. Now they're condos in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
Of course, the old factory. It's been gentrified.
All right, Jimbo Mathus, you're going to be a part of history. We are, for the first time in 18 years, we are doing a Live X, and of course, Squirrel Nut Zippers will be the stars. So you're going in the history books of round 2 of 99X. Let's give away some tickets, by the way, for your show. What about that?
Well, okay. That sounds all right. How many are you thinking we give away?
Let's give away 25 pairs or something.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. You're Jimbo. Jimbo.
Let's go for it,
Let's
man.
do 25 pairs. Cool.
Okay, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a pair of tickets.
Pairs. I love it.
He's like...
I'm not going to put you on hold. I'm just going to hang up on you at the end so you don't yell at me. Okay, 25 pairs of tickets, and you get to not only go to the concert, but you get to be in the studio audience of the first Live X in 18 years. Let me set up a keyword right now. Hold on, I'm typing it in as we speak. The keyword is hell. Text the keyword hell. The first 25 of you to text 470-741-9999. You'll get a pair of tickets to the Squirrel Nut Zippers at From the Earth Brewing. That's in Roswell, and that is tomorrow night. The concert's at 8, but the Live X is at 4. We'll get you all squared away. Jimbo, hope that didn't sting too bad with those 25 pair. I'll make it up to you.
No, I think we can take it. The economy is good. We're doing well, and hey, that's 2 concerts
Yes.
For free with the mighty Squirrel Nut Zippers. How can you go wrong?
So cool speaking with you.
Yes, Jimbo, thank you for spending time with us. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Squirrel Nut Zippers, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.